So, it's only a few more days until Halloween, and we just carved our pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, a tradition most everyone partakes in and has for as long as we can remember. But have you ever found yourself asking why we do this? Why are they called jack-o'-lanterns actually? Where does this tradition come from? Well, you've come to the right place because tonight, at Just Beyond the Cornfield, I'm going to tell you a story. An old 19th century Celtic folktale about a drunken old blacksmith who was so deviant and malevolent that he got the attention of the devil himself. So grab your favorite fall spirit, settle in, and watch the glowing pumpkin while I tell you the story about how this tradition of the jack-o'-lantern came to be. This is the story of Stingy Jack. In an Irish village in the 19th century, there once lived a deviant drunkard of a man who was a blacksmith by trade. He was evil to the core, a master manipulator and trickster, disliked by everyone. As the legend has it, he was such an evil man that he attracted the attention of the devil himself. And he set into action a plan to take his soul to hell and serve by his side. One fateful night, Jack, or Stingy Jack as he was known to all, was stumbling home from a pub through the woods. The devil himself posed as a man hanging from a tree. As Stingy Jack approached the lifeless man, he recognized that this was the devil. His time was up, and he had come to claim his soul. The devil confirmed that this was the case, and in a weak moment, offered Jack one last wish before he dragged his soul to hell where it belonged. Stingy Jack quickly formulated a plan and asked the devil to have one last drink with him. He agreed, and back to the pub they went. Well, one drink turned into many, and it came time to settle the tab. Jack claimed that he didn't have any money to settle the tab, but came up with the idea that the devil turn himself into a coin to pay the barkeep, and then they could be on their way. The devil agreed and transformed himself into a coin. Once a coin, Stingy Jack placed the devil into his pocket, where he had a crucifix, and the devil was trapped. Stingy Jack said he would release the devil on one condition, and that was that he would leave him alone for the next 10 years. The devil, knowing he had no other choice, agreed to the condition and was released and went back to hell. Well, days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months quickly turned into years, and before Stingy Jack knew it, 10 years had passed to the day the devil returned to claim his soul. Stingy Jack begged the devil for one last request before being dragged to hell, and in another weak moment, the devil again agreed. Jack asked the devil to climb a nearby apple tree and pick an apple high up near the top. As the devil was in the tree, Jack quickly carved crucifixes into the bark, and again trapped the devil. Stingy Jack again had a proposition. This time, Stingy Jack demanded that the devil leave him alone for the rest of his days on earth, and that his soul could never be taken into hell and claimed by the devil. With no other choice, the devil again agreed to Jack's demands, and he was released. Jack never saw or heard from the devil again as long as he lived. As the years went on, Jack's heavy drinking finally caught up to him, and he died a lonely death. As he approached the gates of heaven, he was quickly denied access because of his evil ways, and was, of course, sent to hell. Once in hell, the devil remembered his promise to never take Jack's soul, and he was rejected entry there too. This left Jack to wander the dark realm between the living and the dead for eternity. Jack again asked the devil for a request, something to allow him to light his way through the eternal darkness. The devil granted this one last request, and gave Jack a small ember from the eternal flames of hell. Jack, a clever man, decided to carve an evil-looking face into a turnip so that he would not burn his hands, and place the ember inside a sort of Jack's lantern. The Irish villagers throughout the years swore that they could see the glow of Jack's lantern from time to time, and most specifically on All Hallows Eve, or Halloween as we know it today. So they came up with the idea to carve faces into turnips and other root vegetables, and place a candle inside to put on their doorsteps and windows to ward off evil spirits, and most specifically, the evil spirit of Stingy Jack. As time has gone on, pumpkins are used to carry on this tradition we take part in today. And we carve our very own jack-o'-lanterns every year and light them up on Halloween in the hopes of warding off evil spirits, and most specifically, to ward off the spirit of Stingy Jack as he wanders the earth, a tormented soul for eternity. Now, if you haven't already carved your pumpkins, I recommend you do, because I imagine that tonight, now that you know this tale, if you look off into the distance, you too might see the wandering soul and the glow of an ember from hell inside of a turnip carried by Stingy Jack. Happy Halloween from just beyond the cornfield.